they say, with a grin or a frown. A phrase that's as strange as it is renowned. It means, what fart? But don't be confused. It's not about smells. It's how it is used. When greeting a friend after quite a long while, "¿Qué pedo?" you shout, with a laugh and a smile. But when something odd makes your mind start to race, "¿Qué pedo?" you say, with a look on your face. And when someone's angry and wants to fight, "¿Qué pedo?" you ask, ready to take flight. It's all in the tone, whether playful or snide. "¿Qué pedo?" is versatile with nothing to hide. So next time you're puzzled or want to connect, give "¿Qué pedo?" a try. It'll have an effect. From greetings to brawls, it's the phrase for the day. Just remember, my friend, how to use it the right way. ¿Qué pedo?
Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Good morning, everyone. ¿Qué pedo? ¿Qué pedo cluster? It's great to see you today. It's Wednesday, October 23rd, and here we are again at Coffee and Headlines, ready with iced coffee today, and ready with some headlines and news that you may want to be interested in. We have more things to do than news items today, so it'll be fun. I hope you're doing great wherever you are. Today, we are going to start with some news, and then I'm going to have some interesting things for us to enjoy at the movie theater and at home, courtesy of Netflix. I'm going to have a couple of suggestions in case you are bound to binge in front of the TV like I am. But let's start with the news. This happened while I was gone. It's nice to see that while I was gone this weekend, the Puerto Vallarta, the first international fishing tournament here in Puerto Vallarta made waves. The event took place on Sunday. And why did it make waves? Quite literally and figuratively, because over 2 tons of waste was hauled from the bay. So I think that was a successful event. They reported it as a successful event, and hopefully it will stick and return in the future, as I'm sure there is no shortage of floating trash to be collected from the ocean. This might interest some art lovers out there. Rufino Tamayo was a Mexican painter born in Oaxaca. He was active in the mid-20th century in Mexico and New York, painting figurative abstraction with surrealist influences. So now a collective exhibition of works created by over 80 artists, inspired by the great Rufino Tamayo, is coming to Puerto Vallarta and will open to the public tomorrow at Galería Atelier 2020, Galería Atelier 2020 on Leona Vicario in El Centro. I will share the news article for this, but this should be a very interesting exhibition to attend if you are familiar with the work of Rufino Tamayo. And even if you're not, I looked at some of the images of the works that are going to be exhibited, and the variety is just stunning. And speaking of stunning, National Geographic magazine has just singled out the city of Guadalajara, as one of the best 25 tourism destinations in the world. Wow, loud sirens out there. Anyhow, Guadalajara was singled out as one of the best 25 tourism destinations in the world due to its rich cultural heritage and vibrant entertainment. And if you're curious about the rest of the destinations honored on this list, I found the original National Geographic article, so I will have links to the Guadalajara news from Tribuna de la Bahía and also a link to the original article. And now, boom, 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 it's time for the weather. And why not? Let's do this one more time.
Join us as we honor the extraordinary life and musical achievements of Carole King, one of the most influential songwriters and performers of our time. From her early work in the Brill Building, where she penned hit songs for some of the biggest stars, to her solo career that produced a timeless album, Tapestry, we will explore the milestones that have shaped her remarkable journey. Discover the soulful threads that weave through her songs, her activism, and her enduring influence on music today. Relax in air-conditioned comfort as we celebrate the genius of Carole King, an artist whose Tapestry continues to inspire generations. As always, the meeting is at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work on Thursday, October 24 at 5 p.m. See you there, and thanks for sharing.
The many rabbit holes in Carole King's life. Tomorrow will be a lot of fun. I hope you can join me. Anyhow, here's what Snarky Weatherman has to say today. Some very smart people are saying climate change is a hoax. I ejected them into the cold vacuum of space. That sounds like something I would like to do at least to a couple of humans living on the planet, but that's just me. I don't know about you. Who would you eject? Actually, no name calling. Never mind. It is 31 degrees out there. Humidity is at 70%. And our weather forecast says that today will be humid with mostly cloudy skies. A chance of rain of 23%. I do believe I smelled some rain last night. The high will be 33. The low will be 23. Then tomorrow, Thursday, humid with mostly clear skies, but a few clouds may be wandering around. A lesser chance of rain, only 17%, a high of 33 and a low of 23. Then on Friday, we can expect mostly clear skies in the morning with rain in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 20%, a high of 33 and a low of 23. So the temperature will be quite stable through the rest of the week, not a lot of rain. And I can feel it. I can feel the weather changing, not dramatically yet, but it is definitely changing. Now, here I'm going to start with some must-see television and must-see movie going. Somehow, I did not see this coming to Puerto Vallarta, but I'm tickled to learn that The Apprentice, a biopic about Donald Trump's early years and his acquaintance with controversial attorney Roy Cohn, starts playing at Cinépolis La Isla tomorrow. So you know where you're going to be able to find me on 2-for-1 Tuesday. And then I found this series on Netflix that caught my attention. There's this Mexican miniseries on Netflix called The Secret of the River. What happens in The Secret of the River? Well, in a town in Oaxaca, Mexico, two children are the sole witnesses to an unexpected death, and it becomes a secret that forges an unbreakable bond between them. Now, that sounds like a generic path, but 20 years later, their paths cross again. The pair attempt to come to terms with their traumatic childhoods and put their friendship to the test. Will the two be able to make peace with their past and grow close once more? And how is their friendship tested as adults? Well, here's the interesting bit about this series called The Secret of the River. The action takes place in Mexico's Muxe territory. And who are the Muxes? Well, in Zapotec culture, a Muxe is a person assigned male at birth who dresses and behaves in ways otherwise associated with women. They may be seen as a third gender, and this is generally accepted in parts of Oaxaca. So the series represents real trans women, and it also makes a prescient inquiry about the true state of the Muxes, or the indigenous people living in Oaxaca who identify themselves as a third gender. So talk about layered plots. And from looking at the trailer, which I will share in the show notes, one of the boys grows up to become a Muxe, and when they meet 20 years later, the other boy doesn't recognize his former friend. So the challenges are, will they be able to bridge the issues that come as part of this horrible crime that they witness as children? Will they be able to rekindle their childhood friendship, knowing that one of them has transitioned while the other one hasn't? Well, we'll have to tune into this fascinating series. I know that I will, and maybe some of you will as well. Moving right along, time flies when you are having fun, and it seems like yesterday that Raíces, the beautiful restaurant in Emiliano Zapata, right after the small Libramiento Tunnel, is celebrating its 1-year anniversary. The event will be tomorrow with a special 5-course dinner created in collaboration with Chef Memo Wolf of Barrio Bistro. So if fine dining is on your radar, I think it's on your radar, you may want to consider this event tomorrow evening from 6 to 11 p.m. I will actually remind you as well that the restaurant kindly commissioned a walk around from Coffee and Headlines when they first opened, and a walk around is a great way to promote your own business and support Coffee and Headlines. What happens in a walk around? Well, you hire me to go and shoot a video of your business, and I do this and we showcase it and everybody's happy. So this is a great way to consider promoting your business. If you'd like, I will share with you in the show notes the original walk around that we produced for Raíces a year ago. And again, if fine dining is your thing, you may want to check out this tomorrow. On Tuesday, I've been talking about this, and hey, what else am I going to do? My Day of the Dead presentation is going to be taking place on Tuesday, which should be a lot of fun, should be really interesting. I hope you'll join me. This is on Tuesday from 5 to 7 at the Joint Boutique Hotel, where we will unpack all the cosmology, all the mysticism of this very important Mexican tradition. And look who's back. Amy Armstrong returns to Nacho Daddy on Wednesday, starting on November 13, with musical collaborators Eugenia Prieto and Al Ramirez. Amy has been very, very kind to Coffee and Headlines, and she's a dear friend of mine, so I'm always happy to recommend her as one of the several local performers that you definitely don't want to miss at one point or another. And speaking of performing, it's nice to see that even though they have halted performances indefinitely, the Puerto Vallarta Gay Men's Chorus is finding ways to stay relevant, as evidenced by this upcoming potluck reunion and fundraising event that will take place at the International Friendship Clubhouse on Sunday, November 24th. Hopefully someone from the men's chorus will come to the spotlight at some point to tell us a little bit about what you're up to. If you're watching and you're part of the Gay Men's Chorus, we'd love to find out what you're up to and learn more about your future activities, which I'm sure are important to many out there. And speaking of the spotlight, I regret to say that today's spotlight is postponed until next week. The reason is simple. There were nobody registered for it, which is no big whoop. As I've said before, I am thrilled to do the spotlight, even when the spotlight doesn't make me any money. It's a good community effort, but if there is nobody interested in promoting your event, hey, what am I going to do? So hopefully we will have somebody or somebodies that will be wanting to join us in the spotlight a week from today. But we're still going to play this. And of course, if you're hoping to connect with me at the spotlight for your city bus pass, this will have to wait. You can connect with me tomorrow at my Day of the Dead presentation, or you can connect with me next week. Hopefully, we'll have people signing up for the spotlight a week from today. Let's see. Boom, pim, pim, boom, boom. Lots of good mornings. And how happy those make me. Yes. Love it. Huh. Thank you, Albert, for chiming in with the pedo business. I love it. Do-do-do-do. Get pedo with all the trash in the bay. I know. It would have been fun to hang out at Los Muertos Beach for that trash tournament, if that is what you're referring to. If you're referring to the general trash problem that we have in Puerto Vallarta, well, that's another thing. Boom, boom, boom. Da, 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 da. Oh, thank you so much, Linda. Really enjoyed your walk in Guadalajara. You know, I'm finding my groove. I've been doing videos all this time, but I'm finding my groove, which has to have a combination of video and still photos and narrative. And when I say finding my groove, I'm actually finding or getting a sense as to how you enjoy my walks best delivered, whether it's just video with captions or if you want to hear my voice or what. But I appreciate your comments very much. Thank you so much, Linda. Much appreciated. And then there's a cue from Jonathan. I have just booked my flight to arrive in Puerto Vallarta January 1st for 3 months, but I'm still looking for a place to stay. Any suggestions? Oh my goodness. How do I begin to tackle that one? Well, it really depends on the area of the city where you want to stay. It also depends on your budget. Some areas are easier to conquer with realtors involved. Other areas are better accomplished by simply walking around and asking neighbors if there are places in the neighborhood available that they know of. Of course, you will want to have something planned ahead of time. So unfortunately, I don't know that I have a very specific answer for you, but maybe other members of the cluster will. So Jonathan, I do wish you good luck. Keep us posted and hopefully somebody will chime in. Albert points at a number of Facebook pages that show Puerto Vallarta rentals. This is true. I don't know them specifically, but that it sounds like a good suggestion. Let's see what else we have. Logan chimes in, The Secret of the River has become one of those sleeper runaway hits that all my social circles can't stop buzzing about. Definitely worth checking out, and it helps Netflix know that there is an audience for more thoughtful stories as this one. I am really excited about this, Muffin, and I just discovered it this morning, so we'll have to see what it's all about. There's another cue. May I reserve 4 seats, please? And can I please pay at the door since I don't arrive until Saturday for your Day of the Dead presentation, says Marie. Marie, I will be so happy to make this happen for you right after the broadcast. Yes, I will just let the staff know. And let's see, what else do we have? Angelica mentions a specific Facebook page, Puerto Vallarta, everything you need or want to know. This is actually a Facebook group as a good place for you to find a place to rent. Hopefully that will happen. And this brings us to the end of today's broadcast. Thank you so much for your company, your support, your comments, your questions. And of course, thank you so much for recommending, for liking, for subscribing, for thumbs upping, for sharing everything that we do, because it helps us increase our audience and therefore increase our opportunity to connect with like-minded individuals. I will go back to Carole King, still tying up some loose ends, but I look forward to a great day. I hope you have a great day as well. I'll see you again tomorrow.